Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Amaya channel. Today in chemical reaction and equation chapter, we are going to study exothermic and endothermic reaction, and we are going to understand different type of reactions. Till now, we have done characteristics of chemical equation. After doing characteristics of chemical equation, we have also studied about PPT, catalyst. That part we have already finished. Now today I'm going to teach Kamya only chemistry and maths. That two note which I started that you have to bring beta. Okay. So now exothermic and endothermic reaction. So listen, every time you are having a confusion about exothermic and endothermic reaction, and because of that confusion, what I have decided that this time I will be exactly teaching it in much details about exothermic. Everyone switch off your mic, otherwise sound problem will come. Switch off your mic, check. Okay, otherwise the voice echo will come in the video. Then you will see the video for revision. It will create problem for you itself. Now beta, exothermic reaction. She will unmute, no problem beta. Exothermic reaction is that reaction in which heat is released. Fine. Exothermic reaction is that reaction in which heat is released. So let's go to the point and see how exothermic reaction is exactly heat releases there. The reaction in which heat is released along with formation of product are called exothermic reaction. In this reaction, the energy of the reactant is more than that of the product, 100%. So I have just collected this material for you so that you can understand two things. Here, see, understand one very important thing, that whenever heat release will be there, the product energy will become less. Okay, why? Because whatever energy the product was having, it is exactly given for release of heat. Fine. So look here, energy of reactant will be always higher in compared to that of energy of product. So energy of reactant is always higher in compared to that of energy of product. In which reaction? In exothermic reaction. So you will say that two important points are there for exothermic reaction. One very important point is, in exothermic reaction, heat is released. So heat will be highlighted in the product side. So if someone will say, Ajay, can you tell me, okay, Arif, can you tell me one very important point, beta? That is, if someone will give you an equation, then how you will come to know that heat is released in the equation? Then you will see the left hand side and right hand side. If heat is released in the equation, then left hand side, it will be symbol of heat will be there. And sorry, right hand side, the symbol of heat will be there. If heat is absorbed in the reaction, then in the arrow, above arrow, yes, beta, yes, heat will be released and it will be on the right hand side. And if heat is absorbed, then up of arrow or down of arrow, indication of heat will be exactly there. Up of arrow or down of arrow, indication of heat will be there. Or in the reactant side, heat will be there. Or in the reactant side, heat will be there. That will be exactly symbolizing endothermic reaction. Now some reactions, they are not writing heat. Okay, like respiration, photosynthesis, there are certain reactions like calcium carbonate. So they're exothermic or endothermic. What will be the type of reactions? We are not knowing. Fine. So what will be the type of reactions? We are not knowing at the case of exothermic or endothermic reaction. So what we will do for that? Now my voice is more audible. Now is it okay? Fine. You can hear me nicely now. Sometimes some children, they have problem in hearing. For that, I have just adjusted this one. Now listen, beta, Ajay, what I told you right now, that when in a reaction, heat will be released in the Product side, it is exothermic reaction. When heat will be present, indicating in the reactant side or above arrow or below arrow, it will be exactly called as endothermic reaction. But in some reactions, heat will not be indicated, not at all. That you have to understand, like respiration. They're never telling respiration is exothermic or endothermic. Photosynthesis, again they are not telling it is exothermic or endothermic. So let me teach you how you will catch it is endothermic or exothermic. Now look here beta, here first example I'm taking methane burning. Now look here, CH4 is methane, it is for combustion. Okay, CH4 is methane, it is for combustion. Now in combustion reaction, you see here methane is burning in presence of oxygen. So definitely carbon dioxide, water, heat and light is generated. But if heat will not be there, you have to understand that oxygen facilitate reaction. Okay, what is oxygen doing is, what is air doing is, like carbon burning in presence of air. Carbon is exactly indicating, carbon is exactly burn in presence of air. So here, air from air, which gas you are going to do for, take for combustion? So definitely oxygen supports combustion. So definitely methane will be reacting with oxygen present in air, and then it will get converted into carbon dioxide gas, water and heat and light will be released. Very good Ajay, rusting of iron, super Ajay, you have given good examples. That time I was explaining, so I didn't mention your points. Very good. So combustion, like burning, whenever you are burning is a type of chemical change. Whenever you are burning something in presence of air, burning is always a chemical change. What is burning? Burning is always a chemical change, and that will be beta exothermic. So here, if it will not indicate that exactly burning is going on, if it will not indicate that exactly burning is going on, then too you see methane, ethane, these type of gases, methane, ethane, propane, whenever you will be butane gases, whichever gases will be there, they will definitely in presence of air will have combustion. Okay, so that will be exactly, upward arrow is exactly indication of gas beta, that is release of gas. Upward arrow indicate release of gas. That means carbon dioxide has come out in the form of gas. And if the arrow pointer is down, that it is indicating that PPT is formed. That means precipitation is formed. Very good, Kavya. Okay, what happened, Ajay? So very important session today going on. Next is, you see, the product of heat and light are essential product. The production of heat and light are essential product of combustion. While the presence of oxygen and combustible substances are condition necessary for combustion. That is what already I told you, na? For combustion, you need oxygen. So oxygen support combustion. So whenever in the reactant side you are seeing oxygen, that means understand it's an exothermic reaction. What did I told you right now? What did I told you right now? Okay, I informed you right now that whenever you will see oxygen present in the reactant, that means definitely it will go for exothermic reaction. Okay, because if combustible substance is present in the reactant side, then definitely it will exactly combine with oxygen and undergo combustion. And if it will undergo combustion, then heat will be released. If it will undergo combustion, then heat will be released, and that type of reaction will be exothermic reaction. That type of reaction will be what type of reaction? Exothermic reaction. Okay, beta, combustion. Combustion, you know what is combustion? Combustion means burning, and every material require a particular ignition temperature. Like if I will burn petrol, or if I will burn wood, which one will have lower ignition temperature? Can you tell me? Everything will burn in presence of oxygen, and oxygen is present in air. Okay, yes beta, adequate amount of oxygen is required in burning. Adequate amount of oxygen is required in burning. That means, beta, you have to understand and you have to note down in your note one very important point, that oxygen support combustion, and for complete combustion, adequate amount of oxygen must be there. Now, there was always one question, and many children have asked this question, Auntie, can you tell me one simple thing? At the time when a person is burning, why we are not putting water and why we are putting blankets, woolen blankets, or what you call carpet, or everything, very heavy thing, why we are exactly putting on the person when a person got fire on his body? Can anybody explain why you are using this? Very good, Ajay. It's the correct answer. Sudarshan also super. God bless you, both of you. Exactly correct, Arif. To avoid oxygen supply, beta, the correct answer is you want to, Tawfiq, to stop oxygen supply. Very good. Air is supporting combustion. Kavya, V. Kavya, Janani, all of you are absolutely correct. Srivatsane, correct. Janani, correct. Exactly, beta, blanket or heavy carpet or something, it will stop the oxygen supply. So once the oxygen supply, because once a fire is there, if you will cover the fire with a blanket, then oxygen supply got cut. So if oxygen supply will get cut, then okay. Next important point is, yeah, some people, they are putting water also, but we cannot put water every time. If a person is exactly, or anywhere fire is there, and if it is due to cable connection or any electrical appliance, then if you will put water, then you will get electrocuted. Electrocuted means you will get electricity, because your body is good conductor of electricity. I hope you might have understood. Fine. So you have to understand two, three important points here, that when a person is exactly burning due to fire, then you have to stop the supply of oxygen. For that, you can put blanket, or if you have that, what you call, cylinder, na, that will be exactly used. Yes, that cylinder is containing carbon dioxide. Luckily, if oxygen enhances the reaction, then carbon dioxide is exactly stopping combustion. So excess amount of carbon dioxide will not allow the, what you call, fire to exactly continue and increase. So that's why these fire extinguishers are having carbon dioxide. Fine. Next important point, when a person is getting when a place is getting burned due to electrocution, short circuit, or there you cannot apply water. First you have to exactly switch off the supply of electricity, and then you have to exactly apply water, because water is a good conductor of electricity. If due to electrical appliance, if any short circuit is there, then at that time you may get electrocuted, you may get electric shock due to the presence of electricity there. So these are very important point. You must remember this. Learning content must be perfect. Okay. So let's see the next important point. Now look here, beta. The next important point is respiration. Now let's see, respiration is exothermic or endothermic. So yesterday many people were having confusion that anti-respiration is exothermic or endothermic. Now you have to understand, when I will teach you biology now, I will make you best in biology. That guarantee I'm going to give you. That guarantee, 100% guarantee I'm going to give you, that my biology teaching will be the best one. Okay. But now I will just give you a small introduction. Now look here, beta. There is two different process. There are two different process at the time of breathing. Okay, breathing and respiration, these are two different things. Breathing is not respiration. If someone will say you that breathing is respiration, then it is not true. But a respiration means the air in presence of exactly the oxygen which you are taking in will go in each and every cell, and in presence of oxygen, the food particles, what is exactly running in your blood, will get combustion will be happening, and then it will release energy, and that energy will be stored in the mitochondria. That energy will be stored where? That energy will be stored in mitochondria. I repeat, that energy will be stored in mitochondria. So you have to remember that at the time of respiration, there is release of energy. Just remember one shortcut, that when glucose is formed in plant, it is endothermic. But when we are eating plant and we are storing this glucose inside our body, then that will exactly burn and exactly release energy. And that release energy, so see, plant is absorbing energy from sunlight and then preparing its food, fine, and then preparing its food, and then that energy will be absorbed in the plant itself. We are eating plant, and whatever energy plant is having, we are exactly taking that energy in the form of food, and then inside our body respiration in each and every cell will take place. Each and every cell will have respiration, that is the burning of food in presence of oxygen. That means who will carry oxygen in each and every cell? Hemoglobin carries oxygen in each and every cell, and it will give to the cell. Very good. Bit of blood is having plasma, white blood cells, RBC. I will teach you blood. When I will teach you life process, I will explain blood, and my level of teaching will be good there only. Okay, you are correct only, Ajay. So hemoglobin will be exactly carrying oxygen, and exactly like road. Blood is exactly road. On that road, truck is moving. So truck is hemoglobin, and on that truck, who is moving? Oxygen. And where the oxygen is going? Oxygen is going in each and every cell, means each and every house. And after going inside house, the oxygen and the food what is exactly there, they will burn and they will produce energy, and that energy will be exactly stored in the mitochondria, fine, for usage. So whenever you will be needing energy, that exactly that mitochondria will exactly again reverse the process, and energy will be released to you. That process in biology I'm going to, that is what? Adenosine triphosphate, ADP and ATP, two are there, beta. Adenosine diphosphate and adenosine triphosphate. Yes, beta, mitochondria in class 9th you might have studied. It is the energy house or powerhouse of the cell. It is the energy house or powerhouse of the cell. Yes. And why? Because it is storing the energy. Fine. Golgi apparatus work is packaging and dispatching. Lysosomes are suicidal bags. So there are certain words which we are using. Nucleus work is storing the heredity information and transmitting it to upcoming offsprings. Okay, so there are many important things what I've studied in class 9. I'm not going there. We will talk about respiration. So you see here in respiration, the glucose is exactly combining with oxygen, and it is releasing carbon dioxide, heat, and tremendous amount of energy. Okay, 32 ATP of energy will be released. That is enough. 32 ATP will be generated, okay, and that will be it at the time of okay, this reaction, and that will be enough to energize your body. Fine. So decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is also exothermic reaction. So you might have seen vermicomposting or what you call time of composting. So composting is also a exothermic process. An exothermic process, sorry, I said it is an exothermic process. The reason behind composting is an exothermic process is, I repeat, the reason behind composting is an exothermic process, because here whatever energy this is stored in the waste product, that energy is released at the time of composting, and that's why it is exactly a type of exothermic process. Now endothermic process, I've already explained you that during an endothermic process heat will be required. Heat will be required during an endothermic process. Correct only, beta. And adenosine triphosphate, adenosine diphosphate. Adenosine diphosphate and adenosine triphosphate will be there. I hope my children are understanding this. What I am teaching, everybody is understanding. In a way, in a way, in a way. Saran, I want you to understand one simple thing. I think class 9th, I have not taught you physics now. So one very important property of particles you are not knowing better. Particles, now let me tell you one small thing, otherwise I will again get deviated from my point. But particles, better, when they freeze down, they release energy. Freezing means they will release energy. Boiling means they will be gaining energy. Okay, better, composting means what? See, Simple technique of composting is there. Now the bacteriums which are present in the atmosphere, they are called as decomposers. What is the word given to the bacteriums present or those microorganisms present which is exactly acting as decomposing the body? They are called as decomposer. Now what is the work of decomposer is to convert complex food particle into simple. To convert complex food particle into simple. What is the work of decomposers? Can anybody tell me? Yes, beta, the temperature drop down will be there. At the time of freezing, the particle loses energy. The particle loses energy, their momentum is reduced, their kinetic energy will get reduced. Okay, freezing settles down the particle in a way. At the time of freezing, the particle loses energy. But once you will start boiling it, or once you are keeping it in presence of atmosphere, means you are not keeping it inside freezer, you are not keeping it inside what you call cold storage, then the particle, like ice, you think about ice, the moment you will keep it in room temperature, then the ice will exactly, there is a mechanism. You all are asking different questions. I'm getting blown away by the concepts. Okay, fine. So rhizobium is a decomposer, beta. Then you have to one by one. I promise. Yeah, I'm a living encyclopedia. Without book, I will explain you entire concept of physics, chemistry, and biology to what level you want. Just you have to have patience and keep on asking questions. It's good quality only, but you have to keep on asking questions one by one. So let me finish about decomposers. Okay, rhizobium is a bacterium that will exactly fix nitrogen from atmosphere to the soil. Okay, it will be helping in symbiotic relations. Rhizobium work is fixing nitrogen. Yes, Akshaya. Correct, Kamya. Kamya did my work easy. Now listen, beta. First, I'll go to which point I was. Now I forgot. About decomposers, fine. So these microbes or these decomposers will act on the body. That's why, beta, the dead bodies are smelling. After 1 day, 2 day, now the dead body will start smelling. So these dead bodies are exactly eaten by decomposers, the microorganisms. That is exactly what we can say in simple word. It will be exactly called as decay. Fine. So these microorganisms will act on the body. It will start eating the body. So what exactly they are doing is, eating is a very simple word, but you know that what complex material your body is made with, that complex material, they will convert it into simpler materials. Okay. And they will eat it. And after that, they will return the gases or energy to the atmosphere. So that's why in a way, decomposition is a type of exothermic reaction. Understood? Very good, Saran, Kavya, Dharani, Janani. Now, next concept was about ice. Beta, understand. Let's talk about two particles. When you heat, imagine one pan I have gave you, and in that pan, water is there. Okay, normal room temperature water. Just listen to my content. Okay, Nandini, Mustafa, Janani, everybody told that they understood. If you might have not understood, I'll explain it many times. You just see the video and then you will be able to understand. If you will listen to my points 2 3 times now, you will be understanding. Okay, so that's why I'm doing the recording session, beta, so that you can listen my content again and again. So look, again I'm going to that, see, the particles will be ice part. Ari, I'll explain. Now listen, don't talk about ice right now. Let's talk about simple water. Water is exactly liquid at room temperature. Yes or no? Absolutely correct. Water is exactly liquid at room temperature. Now you start boiling water. So the particles of water, water molecules, they are freely moving inside water. Okay. Now once you will start boiling it, boiling is a type of giving energy. Boiling is a type of what? Boiling is a type of giving heat energy to the particles, water molecules. Okay. So once these water molecules will gain this heat, their momentum will be exactly more, because the more they will gain the heat, there will be having latent heat of vaporization. Okay, so this is called as latent heat of vaporization. One state will come when the particles will gain that much energy from heat that they can exactly come out from the surface of water in the form of vapor. So that state will be exactly, yes, it is breaking, it is not breaking the bond, it is exactly at particular latent heat of vaporization is exactly, that is what is called as latent heat of vaporization. At particular content, when it will attain latent heat of vaporization, it will release and it will come out in the form of vapor. So beta, liquid to gaseous means exothermic. Fine. Now what will happen if you want to freeze liquid? Now liquid is having a particular temperature, that is room temperature. So now the particles in liquid are randomly motion in continuous motion. It is not visible to your naked eye, but it will be exactly present there. Now once you will start freezing it, so freezing will what? Freezing will do what? Once the temperature drop down will be there. Heating means giving temperature, exothermic. Freezing means taking out temperature. So once the temperature will start getting released, then the particles motion will become slower and slower. And once the particle motion will become less, then what it will do? The particle will start releasing energy. And exactly that case will be coming when it will be exactly. So one is endothermic, sorry, first one is endothermic, burning, because it is taking heat. Second one will become exothermic because it is releasing heat. Okay, and trying to settle down. One state will come when all the water molecule will go very near to each other. At that point, it will have maximum force of attraction and minimum space between the particle. And that state will be exactly called as, what you called freezing state. And that point only it will get freezed up. That point it will be called as freezed up. I hope you might have understood the concept. Yes, beta, you are giving heat to convert from, so exotherm means, I just that time I said by mistake. Exactly, you are supplying without supplying heat. How can water be boiled? You think itself. Without supplying heat, how can water be boiled? Or without taking out temperature, how can water be freezed? Think about both the condition. You will be able to understand the content. Fine. Just give me 1 minute. So this part, I hope everyone understood. I have cleared all your doubts. So shall we move forward? Yesterday also I gave you, yesterday also I gave you endothermic or exothermic reaction in live stream. Today again separately I've discussed about exothermic and endothermic reaction in much details. So now shall we start types of reaction? Now look here, beta. Precipitation reaction also, yesterday I discussed, I told you now that PPT formation is very important question, and you must remember at least 3 PPT formation. What are they? White, black and yellow. What are they? White, black and yellow. So this 3 important PPT formation is very important for you. So you must remember this 3 PPT formation. Now, beta, let's go to the next one, neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction specifically occurs in acid, bases, and salt. So when acid react with base, it forms salt. So that phase where acid is reacting with base, it will be called as neutralization reaction. So when acid react with base, it forms salt and water. So this reaction is called as neutralization reaction. This reaction is called as what? Neutralization reaction. Then this PPT, it will be exactly, in this PDF, it is exactly present. You see here, hydrochloric acid, HCl. Hydrogen chloride is an acid. It react with sodium hydroxide, which is a base. And then it will be exactly giving sodium chloride and hydrogen water molecule. So this sodium chloride is nothing but salt. Okay. Sodium hydroxide is nothing but base. This one is base. This one is acid. When acid and base will react, it will form salt and water. Okay, now hydronium ion and hydroxy ion. That part is exactly there, that reaction in between steps at the time of teaching acid, bases and salt. Yes, beta. Why, Ajay, is it so important that I should teach only from NCERT book? Yes, beta. I like whichever part, whichever book is given, I want to give you the perfect content. It is not like, beta, I should do the advertisement that I'm using Akash material to teach or something, or some material or some material. So it is exactly whichever content is important. It's not like specifically Akash or this thing, because I'm not favoring any particular institution and telling that that institution is good, that institution is bad. So I just take content from book and I just make it awesome and then I teach. Quality of Khushbu aunty. Yes, 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 you are correct only. But a brand. Saran, there are two: latent heat of fission and latent heat of vaporization. Two are there, beta. One is for a latent heat of vaporization, means at a particular temperature, the heat will be exactly, the water molecule will gain that much heat that is enough for it to come out from the surface of water, because water will have surface tension. And exactly water molecule will not allow those molecules which will be having exactly wanting to go out. So what, for coming out from water in the form of vapor, you require latent heat of vaporization. So if that latent heat of vaporization is present inside the water droplet, that will come out from the surface of water in the form of vapor. Okay, latent heat of freezing is exactly that will be due to, again, the water, when water will start melt, water will start getting solidifying, that how much energy release will be there. A particular content at a particular stage will come when that will be exactly getting freezed out. That will be called as latent heat of vaporization and fusion. Okay. Sir, I hope you have understood latent heat better now. Fine. Now let's go to the next point, that is types of chemical reaction. So how many types of chemical reactions are there? Combination reaction, where two or more substance or chemicals combine together to form one. Okay, like simple example, I'm taking tea leaf, water, I'm making a cup of tea. I added so much ingredient, I made 1 cup of tea. That is a case of combination reaction. Okay, now decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction means where the reactant is exactly broken into product, two or more product. Reactant is broken into two or more product by using either catalyst or heat or electricity. So this decomposition reaction will be using three important contents, that are either sunlight, either sunlight, either heat, or that is what heat. Thermal comes under heat beta. Very good, Kamya. So sunlight, heat, and electricity. And by using these, they are exactly correct only, Janani. And by using these three, they are exactly doing this what you call decomposition reaction. Now displacement. Now, if I am not teaching so good and some other teacher will come and that teacher will teach you better, then what you will do? Your first work will be to replace Khushbu auntie and go to that new teacher who will be teaching you better. Okay, so that will be called as displacement reaction. So more reactive will displace the less reactive one. So definitely always the more reactive one, more reactive one will be displacing the less reactive one. That is called as double decomposition reaction. Beta, water molecule, breaking of water molecule by electricity, electrolysis process. Okay, then simple example is that beta decomposition, electricity one. Then thermal decomposition is there. Okay, so there are different examples, and decompositions are always like it means it will break, it will break into two or more substances. I will give you beta